Welcome back to everybody on the Football Zone and to a weekend previewing all the big games in the Premier League this weekend, and starting off with Aston Villa against Brighton. And yeah, a really intriguing game this one. Both teams coming into this one off the back of wins. Aston Villa obviously a great win for them at Stamford Bridge. Brighton beating Bournemouth at home. And yeah, both teams kind of picking up from where they left off last season. A pretty good start to the season. Both of these teams gaining momentum. And yeah, this is going to be a game which I'm really looking forward to. A good contest between two evenly matched sides. I was going to say I think Villa at home, high atmosphere could be crucial. Home advantage. I'm going to say 3-2 to Villa. Moving on into Wolves as they take on Man City at Molineux. And yeah, another intriguing game. I think Wolves, kind of fortunate to get a point at Luton last week, but obviously the red card didn't help. But Man City just on an absolute roll at the moment. And yeah, to be honest, I can't see any other result than Man City absolutely steamrolling Wolves. Yeah, I think when you just look at the golf and quality between the two sides at the moment, yeah, I think this is probably only going to go one way, and I'd be very shocked if it didn't. I'm going to say 2-0 to City, let's say. But moving on into West Ham as they take on Sheffield United at the London Stadium. And yeah, West Ham losing the last two, but they don't need anything like the response that Sheffield United do after that embarrassment last week against Newcastle. They need to come back fighting for that, I think it's fair to say. And yeah, it'll be intriguing to see how they can kind of recover from it. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, definitely an interesting one, this one. But I think West Ham at home as well is just going to have too much for them. I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win for them. Moving on into Newcastle as they take on Burnley at St James's Park. And yeah, another intriguing game. Newcastle coming into this one off the back of that 8-0 win. Burnley still not really clicking for them under Vincent Kompany at the moment, is it? But definitely did show signs of improvement last time out with that loss against Manchester United. But I think it's fair to say it was an improved performance by them, so they'll be looking to take confidence from that. And I'm going to say it will be a win for the Toon here, though. I'm going to say it'll be 3-1 to Newcastle. Moving on into Manchester United as they take on Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. And yeah, Manchester United coming into this one, obviously a win over Burnley last 2 weeks. Some signs looking positive, but I think there's still a long way to go for Erik ten Hag's team to really get back to the level that we saw at times last season. So yeah, they'll be desperate to get back to that level, taking on a Crystal Palace side who, I'd say they've had a pretty decent start to the season themselves, and there's no reason why they won't go into this feeling they can get a result. But I think at home United will be considered favourites, and I do think they will get the win. Moving on into Everton as they battle Luton at Goodison Park. And yeah, this is a massive game for Everton. You kind of feel like this is a game where they simply have to get a result, otherwise it could potentially turn nasty at Goodison Park. And yeah, I think it will be a game which they will be targeting to get 3 points. So I think the same goes for Luton as well. So yeah, you can't write Luton off at all. We've seen that they can be a good side. But I think, it's a tough one to call. But I just feel like Everton have to get a win in this one. I'm going to say it'll be 2-1 to them. Moving on into Bournemouth as they take on Arsenal at the Vitality Stadium. And yeah, Bournemouth coming into this one, not been the best start to the season for them. Another loss last time out. Arsenal coming off the back of that North London derby draw, and I think they'll be looking to rebound from that with a win in this one. To be honest, I think it's a game they'll be targeting. Bournemouth, I don't know, is it too early to say the managerial change isn't working? Who knows? I think it probably is. But yeah, do need to see kind of signs of results coming soon. But I'm going to say this will be 2-0 to Arsenal. I think they'll have too much for them here. Moving on into Tottenham as they take on Liverpool at White Hart Lane. And yeah, this is a game that I'm really, really looking forward to. Obviously, both had a great start to the season, and yeah, I think Tottenham, we saw last week, they really can challenge the top, and Liverpool, what a great start to the season they've had. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting one. This one, I think, it's one that you could go either way. I think Tottenham playing at home as well could add an extra edge to it, but I'm going to say it'll be a draw. I think it's going to be a really entertaining one. I'm going to say 2-2. Moving on into Forest as they take on Brentford on possibly the worst Super Sunday ever. No offence to Forest and Brentford fans, but yeah, it's been an interesting start to the season for both these sides. Probably slightly worse one for Forest. Brentford maybe not quite going on full gears under Thomas Frank quite yet, but still a game which I think they'll be targeting to win, as will Forest. So I think it's a game between two sides who I would say are relatively evenly matched, so it'll be an intriguing one, this one. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say 1-1. Moving on then to Fulham as they take on Chelsea at Craven Cottage, and I think this is a game which Fulham at home will really be licking their lips and thinking we can get a result on this one. Chelsea, another really, really poor result last week, struggling along at the moment, I think it's fair to say. And it's not been a great start to life for Mo Power Chelsea, but yeah, he'll be hoping he can kind of get a result here to really get them going again. But I think Fulham, yeah, the start of the season pretty decent. They'll be targeting a result too, but I'm going to say Chelsea will get it. I'm going to say it will be 2-0 to the Chelsea. But anyway, guys, that's everything. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and that's going to say for daily football news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.